everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to be going over how you use one of these contraptions to do curls for vintage hairstyles. I don't always use a heat set, but you know, some days it's just kind of one of those days. Maybe you didn't set your hair the night before, maybe you just washed your hair and you want to achieve some curls. Now, my hair does not love heat set curls, so I'm going to show you all the products that I use to really make the curls stay in my hair. And honestly, if I use this method, I can usually keep curls in my hair like 2 to 3 days, which is crazy for my hair. So I'm going to share all my secrets with you. Now, this is just the curl setting portion of it, how I curl the hair. If you actually want to see how I style this look, go ahead and check out the video that's in the description box below. That link will take you to this great like half poodle do that I did with this curl setting pattern. And really, with this setting pattern, you can do just about almost everything that you can think of with vintage style. It's very universal. So I am going to show you how it's done. So keep watching. Since my hair is bleached and then dyed and now I'm doing a heat set, these can be things that are very stressful on your hair. So what I'm going to first do is I'm going to add some argan oil onto the hair, especially at the ends of the hair, especially if you use any type of bleach or colorant on your hair. You're going to want to take that, and I just brush it through the ends of the hair first, because you never want to start with the top of the hair, because who's done that, right? And you put way too much oil and you just look like a grease slick all day. Not that that's happened. That is going to kind of protect the hair a little bit, also add some nourishment and oils into the hair that might be lacking because of the bleaching process. Now for my holy grail item, and quite honestly guys, I don't think I've ever called anything a holy grail item before, but if I am doing a heat set, I cannot live without this stuff. This is what gives my hair and curl more longevity, because you do not want to be using a heat set curls every day on your hair. That is just going to really stress it out. And it is this Kenra Platinum Hot Spray Firm Hold Heat Protection Spray. Basically, it is not only going to serve as a heat protectant for your hair, it's also going to help set the curls in your hair. So doing double duty. Now, what I'm going to do to start curling is I actually section off the crown of my hair, just in a bit of a square. It doesn't have to be perfect, because I ain't about that life. If you want, go ahead and tie off the rest of the hair so it's not to get confused with this part of the hair. Basically, all of this hair is going to be rolled back. I'm just going to take my Kenra spray and spritz it through the hair. This is going to make the hair a little bit damp, so go ahead and wait for that to dry. It should just take a couple seconds. I'm just going to split the hair down the middle. I'm going to take small-ish sections. This is the key. If you want really tight and a lot of curls, take smaller, thinner sections and put a lot of curls in. If you want curls that aren't as tight, take larger sections of hair. We're going to be rolling all of these back. Now the key is, don't start at the end, don't start in the middle. Take your curling iron, and this is a 1/2 inch Hot Tools curling iron. Take it right to the base of the hair and turn the hair around it. And slide it up, wrap, turn. 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 And then slide it to the end, turn. What this is doing is, number one, you're not going to have to leave it in the hair as long. And number two, it's actually curling down the entire length of the hair. Then I'm just going to pin that. And I'm going to do that a couple more times up here so you guys can see how that works. But the magic to this, I'm going to take a little bit of a larger section there. The magic to this is if you go to the end of your hair down here and curl all the way down, you're placing, number one, all the heat for the longest amount of time on the very most fragile part of your hair. And number two, the curl is going to be strongest down here and loose up here. By starting up here, that curl is going to start from the base of the hair. So you're going to have a curl that goes down the entire strand of the hair and also isn't going to suffer as much from, like, you know how if you have thick or heavy hair, like your curls get super weighed down and you'll do all of this and then you'll end up just getting a little bit of curl at the end of your hair. That's the problem, because you're starting from the bottom or even starting from the middle, but starting from the base, you're going to really kind of put that curl throughout the strand of hair and it's not going to be as weighed down. And I just leave it in for a couple seconds. I do not have fine hair. I have very average, I would say, hair, and my hair setting is at about 380. So if you have really fine hair, you're going to want to go with a lower setting, and if you have thicker hair, you're probably going to want to start maybe around there or a little bit higher. If you're not sure, always start lower and work your way up. Now, how long does it take me to do this to my hair? Is probably what you're asking. And I would say, depending on how small the sections I'm making it, probably about 20 minutes to a half an hour. So it is a process, but the curl is going to last. I would rather spend an extra 10 minutes doing my hair and have it last for 3 days than spending, less time and having it maybe last the whole day? Question mark? That's frustrating. And if anybody sat down and done wet pin curls, it could take you that long to pin curl as well. So always looking for the longevity of curls. Now I'm going to do the exact same thing with this side of the hair, and once I'm done with that, I will be back. As you can see here, I got 4 curls in 2 rows on the top, and we're going to go ahead and proceed with the hair on this side. For pinning up the hair, I actually like to use these double-pronged pin curl clips that you can find at your local beauty supply company. These run, you can even find these on Amazon. These run probably anywhere from like $3 to $6 for a box, depending on how many you're getting in the box. If you don't have the pin curl clips, do not worry. You can go ahead and use bobby pins. These may dent the curl a little bit. It all depends on how your hair takes to curl. Just keep that in mind. But, work with what you have, right? All right, so for the side of the hair, I basically just start sectioning off by just kind of going everything from the ear forward and grabbing a section of hair. I'm doing like that, making a little bit bigger sections, and once again doing the same thing. And if it doesn't feel natural to you at first, do not worry, it gets a lot easier. Honestly, when I do the other side, it's actually a little bit harder for me. I know, it's weird. Sometimes that happens too. And when it does, I just quickly go through the same process. But you can actually see, you know what, let me do that. See, you can actually see how the curl is actually going through the entire strand of hair. It's not starting at the bottom. So I will just quickly do this again. There we go. I keep saying there we go. Can't stop. There. And it should just be, once it's hot to the touch, it's good to come out. Once again, you can pin these as a standing pin curl, but I just slide it off to the side and pin it down. The important thing when you're twisting the hair around the barrel that you're holding on to is to not actually twist it. Try to keep it as flat as possible. Like I said, you'll get into the rhythm of it and it'll be a lot easier. But if you start twisting it, it will actually change the curl shape and make it much more, how do I want to say, much more like 80s spirals and less like the curl that you're going to want for more vintage styles. Now I do like another little section. And I do the same thing. Now for the dreaded back section, right? Everybody's nemesis. I'm going to show you my super secret way of doing the back section of my hair. I blindly reach back there to pull a section of hair, but we've been rolling the rest of these under. So again, starting at the base, and one thing is to keep the tail of the hair that you're wrapping around the barrel closest to the nose of the curling iron. It's going to make it a little bit easier. If you do it closer to the base of the curling iron, I find that it tends to get wrapped uncomfortably around like this or the kickstand, and then it just gets to be a little bit of a mess and it doesn't flow as easily. So if I take something that's more in the middle, I tend to pull it to one side, either this side or the other side, whichever side seems to be more comfortable or closer, and then I just wrap and roll, wrap and roll, wrap and roll. Slide it down to the very ends and roll it on up and let it heat up. And there we go. I let this cool down for at least 10 minutes, if not 20. Usually I'll do my makeup, do some other stuff, then come back and style the hair. Again, if you want to see how this look ends up being styled, go ahead and check out the link that is in the description box below. As well as if you do not like curling irons to curl your hair, I will also leave my video about how to do a foam roller wet set in the description box as well. As always, I love hearing from you, so go ahead in the comment section below. Let me know if you have any questions regarding the curl set, and I'd love to hear your thoughts in general on heat set curls. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you soon. Bye! Hey everyone, welcome back, and you know what time it is, so go grab yourself something to drink because it is tea time and we've got some catching up to do.